Sloth is who works the most in this anime, and it's the same as the real life. And welcome to episode 36, and let's talk about it. So, Sloth has been presented in some episodes already, and I didn't talk about it. Sloth is actually a very interesting episode in this anime for one simple reason. It actually shows a lot about how, man, maybe I'm being xenophobic here, but a lot about how Japan looks at sloth, where lazy people just work more, and they kind of do. And in this anime, if you notice, actually sloth is the only actual scene that works the most. It's not that the other scenes and the other homunculi don't work. Oh my god. It's not that the other homunculi don't work, it's just that they work in their own unique ways. And because Love really doesn't like to think, doesn't like to do anything, doesn't like to walk, literally doesn't like to think about what he wants to do and doesn't want to do anything and just wants to lay down. Basically, everybody in this anime, including other homunculi, which is basically their brothers, they just take advantage of him. And that just shows again how, also in my opinion, how lazy people actually are in real life. They're just taken advantage of. And let me explain what do I mean about that. I mean, if you don't want to work and you don't want to do anything, you don't want to be independent and everything, I mean, you can do it. But the problem is, you have some basic needs. You need food, you need shelter, you need, some luxury goods and whatever. And you gotta get them somehow. And again, the way nowadays we can do it is through working for other people. And I don't care about communism. Communism doesn't work and it doesn't matter right now. And no, China is not communist. China is actually pretty capitalist in its base economy. And more there will be economic crisis in China, which are already happening because of the centralization of power. And some could even argue that the 2008 crisis only happened because the United States had some real centralization of power issues, which is another matter for another episode. And go to a channel with people that know about it. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. But again, if you notice in your life, I mean, when you're lazy and are not doing things, you cannot really enact any change in the world. You cannot really enact any change in your life. Because, dude, really, you need power, you need people that actually like you and that actually, see your point of view and actually want to follow you. And you gotta kind of be inspiring to people, and one of the greatest ways to be that is actually to do a lot of things. Even if you're just doing things for fun, the people in our life you really admire, they kind of do things, they create things, they work, they are in a band, they're making some stupid YouTube video about some stupid anime and playing some video games with a stupid skateboarder. These are the types of people you actually admire. So if you know that, there is a certain level of work involved in making this. Even again in some stupid YouTube video. So much so that taking this opportunity, again, I'm scripting this episode, I'm writing about it. I'm writing them before. So if you guys like it, give some feedback below. And this all takes work. Man, this is way more complex and this is way cooler than I thought. My script is not this long, but this is all, alright. So basically be careful with sloth. I mean, I'm not gonna be this long-winded. And the other event I want to discuss about is that in the next episode 37, Raven actually dies. And I never discussed actually the character of Raven. And Raven is an actually very interesting character because if you remember my analysis of last episode, Raven is actually one of the proposers. You know, one of those guys, one of the advocates to sacrifice its people. He's actually the one that's spreading the word and getting people and attracting people and being a mean spirited guy. And if you notice, his character in basically the anime is characterized as a bureaucrat. He's just a government employee, and he likes numbers and everything. And in my view, and again, you can try to check in your life, there are two types of people in the world: the number types, and the people that like people. The people that like people, the people pleasers, those guys. The salespeople that like people. And the curmudgeon, numbers guys that are accountants and bureaucrats and those types of people. And as you can see, Raven is actually just caught up in his own bullshit. He's just trying to, make the better of people and improve, the future by sacrifice the whole nation. And a lot of bureaucrats do that. Sometimes they miss the forest for its trees, and they start going spinning through their own stories, and they forget that the basis of everything is the people. The basis of a nation is the people. The basis of a whole, company is the people. The country, the basis of the family is the people, and that's all there is. And generally, these bureaucrats and these number of people sometimes forget about it. And that's something for you if you are a number of people. And if you are watching animes, you are definitely one of those types mostly. Don't get caught up with your bullshit. Always remember to care about people. And that's it. If you like this episode, if you like this analysis, if you think I'm better scripting the episodes, please leave a like. I know this is gonna get better. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you like the channel for some reason. Thank you. Welcome to the new subscribers, I guess. Blah blah blah, and that's it. Let's go.